that is what I said, but he said something else.
Fine, we won't play your game.
I would have to say that we just make sure we're keeping on the forefront of everything that's coming out of the existing cloud technologies. Like AWS, we're taking great advantage of all of their different features that they can use. We just recently had a demonstration from one of our developers about upscaling of the resolution of video using AI and machine learning. So that's one thing that we are clearly putting ourselves into so that we can learn. Coming into terms with using AI and machine learning for search recommendations, for just for your basic algorithm of how you want people to see your content. And yeah, we're just trying to make sure that whatever we use, we're using it to the maximum.
So I do agree that the innovative technologies will always, it's never going to stay still. So we are always trying to be kept up to date and up to date to whatever technology we use, and we try to perfect that. So yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult to say that this is the latest of innovative technology because there's very rarely just one single new piece of technology that comes in. It's always something that's a new feature in a larger technology that we already use. So we just have to make sure that whatever we are using, we're always as knowledgeable about that system and that framework as possible. Truth is, they really become part of the traditional development tools and techniques, and the way that we use them is we find them, we get them, and then they become part of what we offer. We're not trying to say, oh, here's this one special thing, and you can use that, but we're still going to develop in a completely separate way. When it's new and innovative, we go in, we find out how it works, we find out how we can use it in the best way, and then it becomes part of our standard practice. So that's why it's kind of difficult to try and label as something as an innovative thing that we're bringing forward, because we're just adding it to our portfolio of the standard stuff. This is what we can offer you, this is why we're the best.
So it's best to just, whatever's new now, we take that and we perfect that. We can't look into the future and see into the future, because it's a possibility that might be, and if we focus on that, then our current work ethics and everything that we do now, it's not going to be as great as what we could have. So we focus on the now and get whatever's latest and greatest now. We go to workshops, we like every newsletter that pops up, we say, yes, I want to know, so give me the news of the latest and greatest. So yes, my email is absolutely full of the latest and greatest, like what's happening, and then I scroll through the emails and say, you know what, oh, this looks interesting, let me see what we can use here. So it's using what's out there.
And then adding on to that, every person will have their own different things that they follow and trying to keep up with the latest and greatest. And then it's the way that we have our showcases, where as soon as somebody does find something that's interesting and new, then they bring it to all of Hooligan to know. It's very much client-based and what their needs are. We have ones that we kind of prefer to use for most applications, just ones that we're a lot more proficient in, ones that are a lot more performant, but it's all very much determined by what the client wants. Sometimes the client has their entire company as a Microsoft organization, so you won't use AWS, you'll use Azure because that just fits in with the ecosystem. So we can come in and bring our recommendations, but ultimately it has to come down to a decision between communication of the client and what we can offer and what they actually would prefer. We can make our recommendations, but it's up to them. It comes down to sometimes work is put into a new feature and then ultimately it doesn't really perform in the way that everyone thought it might perform, or if it's something completely wild and they're like, yes, let's put this in, and then nobody really wants it. So you do have to balance between putting forward something new and exciting with making sure that you have the best chance that it will be successful and adopted nicely.
And again, if it doesn't work, we need to say, look, it doesn't work. So yes, it's the latest and greatest, but it doesn't work without technology, it doesn't work with what we currently have. So someone needs to put the foot down and say, let's not do this thing. Let's take the manpower and put in what we currently have, not the newest, but what we currently have, and improve on that. So it's basically saying that we need to just, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.